A very good evening to you and welcome to the news on Niger Delta Television. I am Joyce Batowe. Here are the highlights. Governor Doye Diri expresses concern over frequent power outage in the state. Bayelsa youths pledge allegiance to Governor Diri's Prosperity Administration Plus. Reactions continue to thrill favor Ophili's exclusion from 100 meters event at Paris Olympics. Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, has said the frequency of power outage in the state was a serious concern to his administration. Senator Diri, in a statement issued by his Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Daniel Alabra, on Friday, lamented that the state had again been thrown into darkness following the collapse of the 2132 kV line that transmits electricity to the state from Owerri in Imo State through Ahoda in Rivers State. The governor said the state government was already working with the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, to restore power as quickly as possible. In a related development, the managing director of Bayelsa State Electricity Company, Engineer Olis Kemenanabo, has urged Bayelsans to remain calm as the state has been plunged into darkness following collapse of the main tower transmitting electricity power to the state from Ahoda. In a statement, Engineer Kemenanabo appealed to the people of the state to exercise patience while the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, is making spirited efforts to rectify the situation, noting that the state governor, Senator Doye Diri, had already also swung into action by urging the transmission company of Nigeria to quickly fix the tower which broke down a few days ago and restore light to the state. Engineer Olis Kemenanabo advised the general public to report any suspicious and unscrupulous activities to the security agencies and warned vandals to stay off electrical installation in the state, as drastic measures will be taken against anyone caught within the ambits of the law. Amid the ongoing protests against hardship by Nigerians tagged "End Bad Governance," Bayelsa youths have staged a solidarity march to Government House in Yenegua to affirm their allegiance to the Senator Doye Diri-led administration. The youths outlined their reasons for their alignment with the government of the day. Government House correspondent George Ameli was there and now completes the reports.
A coalition of Bayelsa youths on the day of the nationwide national protest marched through the major Mbiama Yenagua Road from Ekeki Park to Government House, where the Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Doye Diri, represented by his deputy, Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, received them. The leader of the group relayed a roll call of achievements that informed their need to use such an auspicious day to cement their alignment with the prosperity government.
The youth of Bayelsa State comprises those living in Bayelsa State, the non-natives, traders, businessmen, farmers. Everybody is gathered here. We want to tell the world today that Bayelsa State, we are peaceful people. We are seeing the length of development. We are seeing what is happening in Bayelsa. We want the world to know. Various projects embarked by the prosperity government. Your Excellency, only a few days, your government has engaged several youths on entrepreneurship and leadership training. You have employed several teachers. The infrastructure you're putting in ground, all like before, when in the streets of Yenegua, every weekend you pick 4 cups, 5 cups. But this era, Bayelsa State is peaceful.
There was a call for peaceful expression of grievance.
The solution is not inside the protest, especially when it obviously indicates that detractors want to take advantage of the protest to loot and cause mayhem. The protest by itself, it's democracy being expressed. But in this circumstance, there are security implications because of the infiltrations. So that's why I'm appealing, and I will continue to appeal, that please let us come together and see how we can work more on the solutions.
For Governor Doye Diri, the methodology of the Prosperity Youth Coalition, as the group is known, is welcomed, noting that a peaceful protest from any group is acceptable in a democracy.
So I want to enjoin you to ask other youths as you have come out peacefully, to be peaceful. Everybody have the right under the Constitution, under Section 40, to assemble and protest. But that should not be at the detriment of others' rights, because the end of your right is the beginning of other person's right. So while they have the right to do what you have done, they don't have the right to obstruct any vehicle traffic, they don't have the right to destroy any property, they don't have the right to leash anybody. And if they did that, the government that is responsive will not fold its arm and allow irresponsible people to do what they want to do.
The governor equally highlighted the youth-friendly posture of the Prosperity Administration.
The cabinet of 29 commissioners, 16 of them are youths. That shows the youths are at the nucleus of the Amweba or the Prosperity Administration.
From Government House in Yenagoa, George Ameli reporting for NDTV News.
Protesters returned to the streets of Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on Friday to demand an end to insecurity and economic hardship. The Friday crowd, which is smaller than Thursday, was made up of mostly young people. At the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja, a heavy police and military presence was visible as officers in cars and trucks guarded the roads that lead to the city center and the airport. A different set of protesters also gathered in Gwagwalada, but they were dispersed by security officers, firing tear gas at them for temporarily blocking the Lokoja-Abuja Expressway. The protesters who are protesting across the country are making demands which include reversal of fuel price, the restoration of affordable electricity tariffs, full transparency and accountability in governance, and the reduction of public official salaries and allowances. The Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee, LPPC, under the chairmanship of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, has approved the conferment of the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN, on 87 legal practitioners. The Chief Registrar of the Supreme Court and Secretary of LPPC, Aja Bello, disclosed this in a statement in Abuja. The LPPC, at its 164th plenary session, also considered and dismissed 5 different petitions written against some of the practitioners for lack of merit. The SAN rank is awarded as mark of excellence to members of the legal profession who have distinguished themselves as advocates and academics. Monday Ubani and Babadala were among the notable names who made the list. Other names in the list include Lateef Olashende Karim, Godwin Tagbo Ike, Johnson Odionu, Nordim Miscellaneous Duru, Innocent Adams Agbagbedia, and others. Bello disclosed that the swearing-in ceremony of the 87 successful applicants is scheduled to take place on September 30. And from the entertainment scene, Nollywood actress Iyabo Ojo has called on President Bola Tinubu to caution the nation's security agents against tear-gassing citizens currently protesting against bad governance in the country. For details of this report and more in entertainment news, let's have Delight Oladile.
Nollywood actress Iyabo Ojo has beckoned on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to caution the police against the use of tear gas on peaceful protesters. Following the start of the End Bad Government movement across the Federation on August 1, 2024, there have been reports of clashes between the police and local miscreants in multiple states. According to reports, the police attempted to disperse protesters by firing tear gas canister into the air. Despite this, the determined protesters continued to march onward. However, actress Iyabo Ojo took to Instagram on August 1st to condemn the very act by calling out President Tinubu and the police to allow the protesters to move peacefully. She wrote in one of her posts, "Why are they throwing tear gas? Peaceful protest is their rights." Popular rapper Vector Viper has urged Nigerian celebrities to stop supporting bad governance. According to him, in recent years, more Nigerian celebrities have joined partisan politics or openly declared their support for politicians. Furthermore, he warned that the hardship would eventually affect them if it wasn't stopped. His advice is against the backdrop of the ongoing nationwide protest over the high level of hardship in the country. On his X handle, Vector wrote, "So the celebrity taking sides against the reality of their own people or fans. It may be best to repent before you become the only reachable option if the hardship doesn't stop. Stop supporting bad governance." I'm Delight Oladile for Entertainment News.
And from the ever-busy world of sports, the Nigeria Premier Football League has scheduled several faculty enrichment workshops for coaches and club owners in readiness for the start of the 2024-2025 season, which kicked off August 31. For details of this report and other sports stories, let's join Mienne Ayeni.
The Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL), which is preparing for the 2024-2025 season that begins on August 31st, has scheduled a number of faculty enrichment workshops. The workshops, according to the NPFL Chief Operating Officer Davidson Owumi, are part of the league's ongoing professional development initiative, which aims to keep all of the league's operators, both at the clubs and in the NPFL Secretariat, up to date on their responsibilities. The first program in the series, being led by board member and former Super Eagles forward Daniel Amokachi through his Daniel Amokachi Foundation, will be a workshop for clubs, medical officers in Kaduna. Participants' arrival in Kaduna is anticipated on August 12, with the workshop scheduled for August 13. The second workshop is intended for club media directors and is organized in collaboration with the Benue State government. The media chiefs would receive instruction on using multimedia tools to project their clubs, players, and the league as a whole. Per the NPFL curriculum for the workshop, they would also be familiar with the guidelines governing communications with the public, the code of conduct, and how the NPFL and its clubs handle internal communications. Club administrators, coaches, captains, chief security officers, and chairmen of supporters clubs would attend the final workshop leg in Abuja. The event is scheduled for 22 August. Participants should arrive on August 21st. Many stakeholders are demanding due punishment for the officials involved in the erroneous acts leading to the exclusion of Favour Ofili, an aspiring Nigerian Olympic medalist from the 100-meter women's race at the 2024 Games in Paris. Ofili had vented her resentment and disgust on her social media handle. She said, "It is with great regret that I have just been told I will not be competing in the 100 meters at these Olympic Games. I qualified, but those in the AFN and the NOC failed to enter me. I have worked for 4 years to earn this opportunity." Through his verified X account, Sports Minister John Eno responded, absolving his ministry of any involvement while insisting that the offender should be held accountable. He said, "In hindsight, when Ofili had issues at the African Championships in Douala, I reached out to get her side of the story, and this time it hasn't been different. Favour Ofili reached me directly, expressing her concern for her race. Immediately, I called Professor Ken Unugweje, the lead of the Ministerial Podium Performance Committee, to ensure that Ofili's issues were thoroughly addressed." He further stated that the Secretary General of the AFN has also insisted that the final list forwarded by her to the NOC, the only body the International Olympic Committee receives the final list of the athletes from, had Ofili listed for the 100 meters, that he is in touch with the president of the NOC and this is awaiting his explanation. According to him, as Minister of Sports, he will not tolerate any recklessness, noting that it is highly inexcusable and there will be thorough sanctions after investigation into where and from whom the gross negligence originated. In response, the Nigerian Athletics Federation (AFN) said that Ofili had been registered for the 100, 200 and 4 times 100 meter relays. The federation said it was startling that the athlete's name was removed from the 100 meter competition at the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. In order to guarantee a spot among the athletes who will compete in the Olympics in Paris, Ofili ran 11.06 at the Nigerian Olympic trials in Benin City. This season, she has participated in more 100-meter races than 200-meter ones, with 2 wind-aided times of 10.85 and 10.78 seconds. It was learned that Ophili's name was included in the final list of the athletes that the AFN sent to the Nigerian Olympic Committee (NOC) for the Paris Olympics for the 3 events. How our name was finally omitted from the 100-meter race was unclear. With regards to the matter, NOC has not yet provided an official response. I am Ayemi Miene for NDTV Sports.
That report from the sports world wraps up our bulletin on NDTV News tonight. Before we go, a look at our top stories. Governor Bayelsa State Senator Doye Diri has said the frequency of power outage in the state was a serious concern to his administration. We also brought you a report that amid the ongoing protests against hardship by Nigerians tagged "End Bad Governance," Bayelsa youths have staged a solidarity march to Government House in Yenegua to affirm their allegiance to the Senator Doye Diri-led Prosperity Administration. And finally, the Nigeria Premier Football League has scheduled several faculty enrichment workshops for coaches and club owners in readiness for the start of 2024-2025 season, which kick off August 31. That's it on NDTV News tonight. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Joyce Batowe. Thanks for watching.